I'm Dr. Peter Derman, orthopedic spine surgeon at Texas Back Institute. Here are my top 10 tips for CrossFit spine safety. The first is finding the right box. So a box in CrossFit is the gym, and it's really important to find the right spot for you. The ultimate goal of all of this is wellness and fitness, and so everything should be directed toward that. Taking shortcuts and getting injuries is just a way to set yourself back. So finding a place that's not a no pain, no gain, but really building your fundamentals and working incrementally toward your goals is the right kind of place. Number 2, check your ego at the door. We're all competitive, and that's why we love doing this. If you get hurt and you set yourself back, it's really counterproductive. So go into every workout knowing that you might not get your personal record, you might not be the best in the gym that day, but you're always working incrementally toward doing that. Core is key. So we all want to have big biceps and triceps and quads, but really working your core is important to your spine health. And your core is not just your abs. Your core includes your flank muscles, your paraspinal muscles, and all these muscles help to stabilize your spine and keep you out of trouble. Number 4, form, form, form. I cannot emphasize this one enough. As we all get going and we're all trying to break our records, form can start to degrade by the end of the day. And the key to staying out of trouble is to keep form going above all else. Anything really where you're lifting and also leaning forward at the same time is something that can put you back at risk. So really remember that, especially when you're getting tired, to keep your form perfect. Number 5, recovery. It's important to let your body recover between workouts. Now, the amount of time that is necessary to recover and the amount of rest that you need differs by how hard you've been working out, by your age, and a number of other factors. But the key is that you've got to let things rest. This doesn't mean you can't work out every day, but I would stagger the kind of workouts that you're doing so that you're not working the same muscles day in and day out, and that they can have time to rebuild between your workouts. Number 6, identifying injuries. So how do you know when it's just the burn from normal workout versus an actual injury? Well, the burn from muscle fatigue should really resolve within minutes after you stop whatever exercise that is. Any pain or discomfort that lasts longer than that is cause for potential concern. I'd really recommend sitting out for a bit after this happens until your symptoms resolve. Certainly if they're getting worse or not getting better over a period of time, that's cause to see a physician or another health professional to get it worked up. And then there are some instances where it's important to get seen sooner. So particularly if you're having back pain that's extending down the legs, that's a little bit of a cause for concern. Something that I would want to get checked out sooner rather than later, especially if it's associated with weakness. And then specifically if you're having symptoms of numbness in the groin or bladder and bowel issues, that's actually a medical emergency that should be seen immediately if you can get into a doctor right then and there versus even going to an emergency department to get checked out. Number 7, the effect of heat and cold. Heat and cold can have a big effect on your workouts. On the winter months, on the cold side, certainly it's going to require a little bit more warm-up to get your body and your muscles warm and ready to go before launching into a workout. Not doing so can leave you at elevated risk of muscle strains and ligament sprains and stuff like that. On the flip side, in the heat, you're at risk for a different set of medical problems. Heat stroke is a big one. Especially if you're exercising outside, doing intervals or sprints or something like that. The signs of heat stroke are nausea, vomiting, kind of hot, flushed skin, and anyone who's having confusion or other mental effects of the heat are certainly people that should be brought into the cool and receive some medical attention. It's important to drink and hydrate effectively, especially in these hot summer months. Number 8, CrossFit safety for kids. Some PE classes at schools are starting to incorporate some of the philosophies and exercises of CrossFit. And the question comes up frequently, is this safe for kids to participate in? The new studies show that kids actually above the age of 8 start to be kind of candidates for doing weightlifting type activities. Now, this is different than kind of adult and fully grown people. The key is that they should have low weight and higher reps. So they should easily be able to perform 8 to 15 reps of any given weight, or else the weights are too high for them. 9, stretching. There's a lot of debate actually about stretching and the importance of stretching and when you should be stretching. Some of the data shows that stretching can decrease the incidence of muscle strains and other kind of soft tissue injuries, but that it doesn't affect the incidence of overuse injuries, which actually kind of makes sense. You can actually injure yourself stretching, particularly if your muscles are cold. So the way that I prefer to organize exercises is one, a light aerobic kind of warm-up exercise to get your muscles warm before you stretch them, then stretching, then your daily workout, and then stretching at the end is actually the best way to increase your flexibility once your muscles are cool and more pliable. Number 10, post-workout nutrition. So repleting your body's stores of glycogen, which is sugars, and protein is important after a workout. And the studies actually show that it's good to do that within 45 minutes of your exercise to prevent further breakdown of your muscles. I'm not personally a nutritionist and I'm no absolute expert on this, so for further details it might be good to consult with a nutritionist. But you know, a good rule of thumb is a 1-to-3 ratio of protein to carbohydrates after you exercise, again within that 45-minute window. And then as far as hydration goes, it's important to stay hydrated while you work out. Usually water alone is sufficient unless you're working out indoors for greater than 2 hours or outdoors in the heat for over an hour. Should that be the case, you actually want a beverage with electrolytes in it to replete your body's kind of sodium balance and sugars in order to avoid other issues. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. For more information, just click the link below for the blog post. And I'm Derman, orthopedic spine surgeon at the Texas Back Institute.